to get here. I drove through the Kaimanawas, which is the old forest, survivor of brutal winters, or the wild horses streaming over tussock, or the mountain range, and which translates as treasure, or eat the wild, or heart eater, or breath eater, which are the slippages of poetry. Impossible to know if I'm there, and I'm not there until suddenly I am, making small revisions to home like rivers do with their movement. It's a cold morning and the earth is black with sulphur yellow vents blowing hot steam, and I walk into high mist. Aotearoa, Scotland, this and here, the infield, tadpoles in the concrete trough, your vowels at my table in my mouth. I have been participating in the word Scotland. We have been moving through each other like fish and light and water through water. Sitting cross-legged beside my Scottish grandfather on the Tinakori Hills above Wellington City, where his son, my father, is playing for the Polish club. He has been practicing the minor chords all day. We are waiting for him to finish. We are waiting to go home. My granddad, my nana, my sisters, my brother, and my mother, in our stolen wealth country that is regularly left off maps. Which made my father happy. He'd never been to Scotland and never wanted to go back. Which made my mother lonely for a country her mother never went to but called home. Like my father, my old friend from the battleground, I'm happy to be from unacknowledged country. Let's hold our pain invisible against our chest. Let's hold our parents' pain there too. It's just another lump of dirt, he'd say. But here I am, and here it is, and the ragged comforts of form and beauty still hold. I drove through the Kaimanawas to get here, to dip my hand in the icy water of the trough, wanting the bunched, slippery orbs of becoming to brush my fingers, to hear their plip, plip sounds, those little flicker in water sounds that translate as heart eater or breath eater or eat the wild, which are the slippages of wild vows at my table, of poetry in my mouth. This next poem is called Bonefire, and it's set on Kapiti Island, which is an island I grew up looking out at. It was once the stronghold for an important Māori chief called Te Rauparaha. It was once a whaling station, and it's now a bird sanctuary. Bonefire. The mainland is rendered down, silvers and is gone. My heart is green and raw, a pea, not a heart. Front to the fire, back to the wind. The groan of stone on stone unsettles me as I unsettle them. The passing orca's generator heart opens and closes the island like a door. Behind me, green bush is a swaying glossary I could lose myself in. Leaf, bird, tree, feather, bone, rock, honga, pebble, koru, stone, bonefire, oil lamp, song, heart gale, right whale, wrong. The desert road. Mount Ruapehu reaches clouds. A whale arrested in a dive, fluke still planted in the earth. Driving back through tussock, barnacles of shining white, and the high ice-creaking khors locate us. Wet banks move, striated through slow daylights, shunt time whole eras ahead and behind, carry small architecture on great backs. We cut across this old wake, our father. The suspension shakes and shakes, we can't make the corners fast. It gets dark and the languages come out in constellations. And even though we don't know how, we follow them to familiar places. The last poem is a poem called Speaking to the Otter. It doesn't break the water to emerge, rather lifts water into otter shape. When one makes itself from river in front of me, I say, hello. The word formless in air, but oh, the need to speak, because I am human, immersed in time, and this creature is fleet.